Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here, coming to you from a Skyride above Indiana Beach. And you know what they say, there's more than corn in Indiana. That's the old slogan theme song for Indiana Beach. There's more than corn in Indiana. I'm not seeing any corn, so obviously they are correct. There's people down below us. It's my second channel, daily blog channel. It's The Daily. From Indiana Beach, it's The DailyWoo. Look at this. Look how high up in the air we are. People coming towards us. I thought it was very interesting and that I should do a vlog from this particular ride, because very rarely do you ever see these types of rides in amusement parks anymore. And look at this. We're only one of the few people that are on it. You got the roller coasters down below. You have some old school cars and some reckless drivers. That girl's driving her father, or an elderly gentleman, one of the two that she'd probably never met that got looped into the vehicle with her. This kid here is by himself. Almost reminds me of a bigger version of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, but not as wild, less wild, but larger. Not only does it have to be larger to be wilder, I guess. Look at that roller coaster up there about to take off. All kinds of things to do out here. Man, this is actually really cool. Should probably ride that later. We have wristbands, and with the wristband, we actually have unlimited access to ride all the rides. Before you go on a ride, they have to scan your barcode. So if you want, scan my barcode now, and you can tell which rides I've ridden so far today and which rides I might ride later. It's a psychic barcode, if you will. The Viper down here. Some sort of a sea dragon that teeters and totters up in the air. Look at these people. Just barely these little metal bars that are holding us and them on across our waistbands. You could tumble down to your dune down below. Or you could just enjoy the ride. I'm barely holding on to my phone with these two fingers. Seriously, the phone is teetering. Look at this. I was just holding the phone like this down below. I could have just dropped it, but I did not drop it. Luckily for you, you are safe and sound with us in this sky bucket. It's just barely held on. Look at this, just held on by some nuts and bolts. Those people look excited right there coming by. They're excited to be on the ride. That guy's getting a massage down there, or he's getting his collar fixed. His wife is saying, "You're Harold, your collar is not straight. You don't need to be at Indiana Beach with an unkempt collar." So obviously, look at this. This is awesome, a huge skull. We actually rode this ride earlier. I was gonna do a ride through, but it's kind of dark in there. It's a pirate area. You go through and you have your guns and you shoot. Do you remember what your score was?
I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure.
I think I got about 300. I thought I was going to get thousands and thousands of points. I only got about 200 or 300. In fact, this kid here has his fingers ready to shoot. Lazy River over here. Look at this. And there's a snake down there. There's a snake. Watch out for the snake. They're fighting. Look at this. A little sibling rivalry in the Lazy River. Either that man's trying to drown a random child, or their brothers and sisters fighting. Oh, look at this. We're gonna get a first-hand view. Look at this. Down the slide. Woo! I didn't bring my bathing suit though.
Me either.
I don't know if they'll let you on that ride without your bathing suit. We should try it though. Maybe we should slide down that. And this is Indiana Beach right here. There is more than corn in Indiana. There's sand, and there's people in their bathing suits inside the water. Have you ever been swimming inside there before?
I've been on the water slides, not in that part right there.
We should go with it. It almost looks like something out of an 80s film. I was thinking Lost Boys, or maybe like the movie Piranha. Remember in Piranha, when everyone's in there having a good time, and the mayor says, "Oh, we're not going to close down the beach," just like in Jaws. Just like in Jaws and in Piranha, we're not going to close down the beach because we need tourism, just like this down here. But little did they know, Jaws and the Piranha are out in the water, nestling around. There might be Piranha in Indiana Beach. That woman right down there with her husband and other person, probably their child, have no earthly clue that there might possibly be piranha. What is the plural? You know what the plural of piranha is? Is it piranha? I don't like piranha or piranha. Whether it is, we're stuck now. We're actually stuck here on the ride. We're moving again. We're moving again. I got a little worried there. I know this guy, the guy that's watching, was worried about the piranha in the water, but I was worried about getting stuck at Indiana Beach on the Skyride. So do we get off here?
Yeah.
It says prepare to unload. Watch for loose articles
Disembark.
of clothing. I was kind of hoping we could do a double ride through and go all the way back. I know a lot of people when they started this thought, man, we're actually going to get to watch the front and back, but you only get one turn, so we have to go back. Do we get off here?
No, you can go back.
We get to go back? Yes, I'm videoing.
What?
Well, I'm not videotaping, I'm just vlogging, because everything's digital now. There's no such thing as videotape anymore. Although maybe here in Indiana, because this kind of is an 80s type of theme park, so maybe this guy's taking a picture. You don't have to be secretive about it, sir. Do it unsecretively. Take a picture, a selfie. Selfie time. Hashtag me. Hashtag me. All right, awesome. Of course, he has no earthly clue who I am. My feet are stuck in the foliage. He has no earthly clue who I was. So what is he gonna hashtag?
I don't know.
What do you think his hashtag
Weird guy on
might
Skyride.
be? Weird guy videotaping. Are you videotaping? Does anybody use those old Griswold style video cassettes anymore? I don't know. Look down here. You got a penny? You got a penny?
No.
Got any change? I don't have any change in. If I did, I would have tossed it down into the waterway and we could have made a wish. What would your wish be? I think that girl back there, her wish would have been, please stop videotaping me. People out here in Indiana must not realize what videotaping versus vlogging. There's Batwoman down there. We have Batwoman down on the ground down there. I don't know what her shirt says. It doesn't say Batman, but it is the Bat. I almost dropped the phone. I almost dropped my videotaping device. Here's another Bat. There's all kind of Bat folk out here. This girl's wearing a Batwoman shirt. The woman down there is Batman and Batwoman from Indiana. Could quite possibly be that the Bat family is from here. Whoa, look at that, look. Look at that. It's getting ready to drop straight down. It's gonna drop straight. Here we go, here it goes. Whoa! I would be vomiting. Not on that ride, but just vomiting in general if I had to keep riding this over and over. I don't know. Look, there's that ride again. It's another guy going down. Safe way to use the slide. Some employees. Going back over the pirate ride. Look, the pirate ship's working. Hey! Woo! Man, that kid was stoked. In every sense. Say hey, kid. Hi. Say hey, kid. Hi. 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 I wonder if these people would like to be videotaped. These people don't want. She's holding a kangaroo. She's clutching.
People in Indiana are not friendly.
People in Indiana are not friendly.
No.
I'm sure somebody from Indiana is watching this that will probably leave a friendly comment down below just to combat what you say. You're from Indiana.
I know.
So you're saying, and you're not friendly? She's not friendly. People from Indiana are friendly. You're friendly, right, ma'am?
What am I saying?
What the heck, man? There's got to be one friendly person from here. Look at this. It's the Schaefer Princess. All I was thinking about was Disneyland and how that was a really teeny tiny small version of the Mark Twain riverboat. But it's not the Mark Twain. We just have to pretend that maybe it is the Mark. It's the Indiana small version of the Mark Twain. I can't believe we're still vlogging. I'm 9 minutes in. Is anyone still watching this at this point? Here comes some friendly children. What's going on? Oh, look, Frankenstein's castle. There's Frankenstein's castle. It's Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein's castle down there, right? Frankenstein's castle. That kid was kind of friendly. What would his friendly moderation number be? Would it be on a scale of 1 to 10? That kid was probably about a 4.3. Frankenstein's castle, and look, there's Igor, or is it Igor, depending how you spell it, peeking out of the window. He's talking to us. Whoa, he doesn't want to be filmed either. He doesn't want to be videotaped. That guy doesn't want to be videotaped either. Man, even haunted Frankenstein creatures in Indiana. Is there anyone that's kind-hearted or friendly in Indiana? Maybe they're down here. Look at this person down here is wondering why I'm still videotaping them. I think we should just make it to the end. I want to stop it now, but why? Heck it, let's just make it to the end. All the way. We actually just had one of these tacos. It says world's famous tacos. They were actually pretty cool. They had some kind of like feta cheese on them. And they were supposed to be hard shell tacos, but they were kind of mushy.
Yeah.
But they were actually pretty good. When it comes to tacos, kind of like Jack in the Box tacos in California, at first I don't like them, but they grow on me. So I will probably go back to seconds or thirds of the taco creations that are down below. It says they've been seen on the Food Network. What does that mean? Is that some kind of thing, the world's best tacos? Just because you're on the Food Network, you have the best tacos ever? Yeah. Maybe if I was an extra on the Food Network walking through the road, I could be the best taco ever. Another Batman. Dude, there's another Batman. People love Batman. Batmen, Bat people, and Bat children out here. That guy with the purple, green, blue backpack hat. And here's some sort. I wish this was running because there's some sort of a railroad car, runaway railroad car that zigs and zags through here. I think that's it right down there. We're probably going to have to ride that momentarily. And you were saying that it actually goes up on an elevator. Yeah. It takes you up on an elevator. So your car, your roller coaster car, goes straight up in the air, just like that. Pretty awesome. And here's some sort of under the sea kingdom over here. Down below, under the sea water, all the water is gone. Why do you need water here when you have water right over there? Not only at Indiana Beach, people jet skiing and water skiing, but also the water is actually being festooned up and protruding off of the ride there. What is that? Some sort of a swing set ride. Remember when we went to Disneyland and you rode the swings? She has an interesting story about an unfriendly person in California that was on the swing ride. This lady was throwing a hissy fit, if you will, about not having someone cut in front of her in line. Long story short, she gets up to the front of the car and they wouldn't even let her on the ride, so her unkindness ended up turning into her not being able to. So be kind, even if you're in Indiana, in California. Is there anybody kind-hearted in Indiana?
I am.
This seems very kind-hearted. What's your name, sir?
Alan.
Alan is very kind-hearted. Are we getting off here?
Yep.
We're getting off here. See, that's not very kind. Alan, that is not very kind. Oh, I got to get off. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, we're off. We have dismantled. Now you can see the ride cart that we actually just rode. How are we getting out of here? All right, that's been it. The world's longest 13-minute and 15-second ride-through of Indiana Beach. Look at this. Get in here. It's the end. There's more than corn in Indiana.